Okay, so let's talk about biblical counseling. It's an amazing, powerful gift for the church, right? It offers so much hope and wisdom. But, and this is a big but, what if our focus on this one specific tool is causing us to miss something way, way bigger? Let's dive into that. And that really brings us to the core question, doesn't it? Is every single problem a case to be managed? Think about it. When a friend is struggling, what's our first instinct? Do we jump into counselor mode and try to manage them? Or is there a more, I don't know, human, more relational way to just walk alongside them? This leads us right into our first point, what we're calling the counseling trap. It's what happens when a really good method starts to become the main mission. It's a subtle danger, for sure, but a really significant one for anyone who wants to care for people well. It's surprisingly easy to fall into this. We learn a helpful structure, a useful framework, and then suddenly every relationship and every conversation gets squeezed into that exact mold. We unintentionally put on our counselor hat with absolutely everyone. And you know what that does? It just creates this ton of internal pressure. Suddenly, the relationship isn't about love anymore. It's about our performance. We start getting anxious, right? Did I do enough? Did I follow the protocol? We're measuring ourselves against some checklist instead of just being present with a person. I mean, does that sound familiar to anyone? The result of all this is that our relationships can start to feel really forced and measured, kind of like a project we have to complete instead of a life-giving friendship. It introduces this artificial feeling that works directly against the genuine connection we're all actually looking for. So if that's the trap, what's the alternative? Well, it's about zooming out. It's about seeing the bigger and, frankly, more beautiful picture, the universal call that we all have to discipleship. And this is really what it's all about. Discipleship isn't some program with a start and an end date. It's the ongoing reality of the Christian life for every single one of us in every season we're in. It's the Great Commission in action. It's just walking with people. This brings us to the absolute core comparison of this whole explainer. We have got to get crystal clear on the difference between a tool we use and the mission we are on. They are not the same thing. And man, this quote from the source material just nails it. Counseling is one instrument in God's toolbox. Discipleship is the house he is building. Think about that for a second. A toolbox is full of super important instruments, right? You need them for specific jobs. But you would never, ever confuse the hammer with the house. The house is the whole point of the project. So let's look at this side by side. Counseling, it's often for a specific season, it tends to be structured, and it is a powerful tool. Discipleship, on the other hand, is for life. It's adaptable, it is the mission. Getting this distinction is absolutely key. And listen, this isn't about devaluing counseling at all, not one bit. It's about putting it in its proper place so that we can upgrade our whole vision from just a structured technique to the rich, beautifully messy reality of Christian community. Okay, so what does this actually look like day to day? Let's move beyond the theory, beyond the scheduled 60-minute session, and see what discipleship looks like out in the wild. Sometimes it's this simple. It's just sitting with a friend who is hurting, opening up the Bible not to find a quick fix, but to find a shared language for grief in the Psalms. There's no agenda here, no action plan. It's just shared sorrow and finding comfort together. That is discipleship. And it's also this. It's about celebrating together. It's that spontaneous phone call to share amazing news, the text message filled with praise emojis. See, the mission isn't just about fixing problems. It's about sharing in the joy of God's faithfulness and reminding each other that he really does hear us. That is discipleship. And sometimes, discipleship looks just like this. It's just lingering over coffee. There's no agenda. We're not there to diagnose a problem or give a 3-point plan. We're just being friends, pointing each other back to how good God is. Honestly, it's in these unplanned, totally unmeasured moments that so much real life and growth actually happens. This is the beauty of it all. It's not a one-size-fits-all program. It's adaptable. It's spirit-led. It makes space for real, genuine friendship to breathe. And maybe best of all, it replaces all that performance pressure with the simple, freeing command to just love your neighbor. So why does all this mean for us personally? Well, it's a fundamental shift in our identity. It's about moving from seeing ourselves primarily as counselors to embracing our God-given role as disciple makers. So here's the practical mindset shift in 3 steps. First, you always start by seeing yourself as a disciple, someone who is constantly learning and growing. Second, out of that identity, you embrace the call to be a disciple maker. And third, from that strong foundation, you can then use powerful tools like counseling wisely and at the exact right time.
If you take away just one single sentence from this entire explainer, please let it be this one. Do not confuse the tool with the mission. The method is not the mandate.
And this means we really need to redefine what success looks like. It's not about a case-closed file. It's about seeing the real spiritual fruit of discipleship in someone's life as they grow in their love and dependence on God long after any formal meeting is over. So, that kind of leaves us with one final, pretty challenging thought, doesn't it? The mission itself is crystal clear, and it's for every single one of us, no exceptions. So the only real question left is this: who are you walking with?